In the beginning of the movie, we see a man tied to a table, but instead of surgery, he was being treated badly. The surgeon first cuts his chest and then puts a lot of salt on his wound, due to which he began to suffer in pain. A chemical begins to come out of the man's head, due to which the surgeon was accumulating it in a small jar. He was treated with it until he died. Now the surgeon makes pills with that chemical and keeps it in the briefcase carefully. It means that it is very expensive. After this, we see 4 friends who had come for camping and were about to go back. One of them was Nick, his wife, and 2 friends. Nick's wife is about to give birth, but she hasn't told Nick about it yet. She stops at a gas station on the way where she meets a woman who was a model. She tells that the patrol was over at some distance from my car. Now I have taken the patrol, so I need a lift to go back to the car. Nick agrees for this, but his wife was feeling bad. But still, Nick, he makes her sit in the car. When she was leaving after taking the model in her car, she came back to them wearing a mask from her car. She also brought a gas to make her faint. She makes her friends faint. She finds herself trapped in a house when she comes to her senses. There were 5 other people in front of her. They were also friends. One of them was named Sam. Before the 4 of them could understand anything, Sam's friend was a businessman. He picked up a glass from which he covered the nails of Nick's friend. Nick's friend was very angry. He gets up and starts killing the businessman. And this is how their fight began. He leaves them alone and calms them down. Then they come to know that they are all the passengers of the same boat. It means that no one knows anything about here. The businessman tells that I have opened his nails because of a video. To see which video, everyone went to the room above, where the timer of 22 minutes had started. Then a video started playing on the screen. A woman welcomes them all. Then she said that there is a device on the neck of all of you, which will collect a special type of chemical from your brain. The chemical will come out then, when you will be in pain. You have 22 hours of time. You have to complete 100% of the line bar given under the timer. Then you can go from here, then you have to do anything for it. If you can't do this in the given time, then whatever will happen to you later, you will come to know. That is, whatever is going to happen to them now means to remove the chemical from the brain. It is all connected to the beginning line. Now to get out of here, along with completing the line bar, the small jar on the neck has to be filled with a special type of chemical. Now either kill each other like this or hurt each other in the form of groups, then their jar can be filled. They can't even run away from this house because the whole house is locked. They had also run away and seen that they were failing in it. They had no other option, but Sam's friend wasn't ready for it. He was scared, so he starts removing the device on his neck. He was in pain, so the lion bar moves forward. As he removes the device, he dies. The percentage of the lion bar goes back because the chemical from his brain was lost. It didn't reach 0 because some part of it belonged to Nick's friend when his nail was removed. Everyone was scared to see their friend dying. Then Sam's friend Tara, who was very selfish, says that you girls give trouble to each other. Let use girls live. But the businessman says that this will not happen. No boy or girl will be seen here. Everyone will have to endure the pain equally. Then the first businessman agrees to endure the pain because he wants to get out of here as soon as possible and go to his son. So everyone makes him sit on the chair and beat him a lot. After beating him for an hour, he stopped, but it was not enough for them because it took more time and they were tired. Although they were beaten more in business, but the bar went up just a little. So now they needed an easy way, which was kept there. It will take less time and energy. It will be more painful, so the bar will go up rapidly. Seeing this, the businessman realized that I made a mistake by taking the first number, because all the dangerous methods will be tested on me first. Now they tie the businessman on the table. What Tara was doing was very cruel. First of all, she hits him with a stick. Then she cuts all his nails with a knife. She doesn't have a better day than this. She starts biting his flesh with a knife on his leg. Not only this, first, she breaks one of his knees. After that, she broke the other leg too. Due to this, the poor man was completely helpless. Tara doesn't stop now. Before this, she hits him with her life. Nick comes in between and stops her. When everyone started telling her things, Tara says that I did it because I had to torture. What is my fault in this? You didn't tell me the limit of torture, that's why I did it. Now they do the businessman's bandage. Tara says that we should not do anything even after doing such a bad solo with him. She does this and everyone sits comfortably. She waits for the timer to end because after that someone will come here. Then we will run away from here. But where was it going to happen? They will kill everyone with their devices. They again raised the question of who is next. Nick's friend went to the kitchen to solve this problem. He broke a plate which had many pieces. He took out the blood of his finger from a broken piece and wrote the number on the pieces. Everyone picked up one piece. Their turn was set when everyone's number came. Accordingly, the first number was Nick's. This time, the rule was also made that any accident, no part of the body will be broken. Only this much torture will be done, that the percentage they will go up by 6%. After their torture is completed, they will take turns again. They will have 2 rounds of this game. Then they will be able to complete 9 times. They will also get a break. It was Sam's turn, so he sat on the table. When he took off his shirt, we see many more wounds on his body. He is put on a warm iron on his stomach. Then he himself said, "Take off my nails." When Nick took off his nails, it was 6%. Her turn was over. She easily endured the pain. She didn't scream, which gave courage to others. She was brave as well as intelligent. Now it was Nick's turn, because of which her wife was worried and started crying. But she had some pills of pain, which will make a person sleep and there will be no pain. She takes some pills herself while she feeds some to Nick so that he doesn't feel pain. But she made a mistake and now people start torturing Nick. He was moving forward because the purpose of torturing was pain. He will move forward from the pain. If the brain will be turned into gold, the chemical will not be able to be formed in the cell. There was no benefit of tolerating such torture. Nick's wife did not think about it and gave him pills. Seeing this, his wife realized her mistake, but it had no benefit now. Nick had to endure the double torture. He was given a drill and his 6% was fulfilled. Due to this, everyone was scared. Scared, Sam's friend disappears because now it was his turn. But 2 people somehow found him and brought him outside and tortured him well. They put a spoon in his mouth and cut an arm. Here she was suffering in pain, while Nick had also come to his senses. He was angry with his wife, but now she tells him that I am going to be a mother. Tara was happy to hear that Nick's wife and his child will also have to endure torture. The bar will go higher, and now it was his turn. Nick is ready to be tortured instead of her. She gave the medicine of pain to the businessman. Tara was kicking her leg. Nick's friend gets angry, and he makes him unconscious by slapping him. Nick comes in front to be tortured, but his condition was very bad. Seeing this, Nick's 2 friends come forward. They will sink their hearts in the water while opening it, until the 3 of them don't get sick. As they get ready, Nick's female friend while Nick's wife and her friend continued to do their part. After putting the arm in the water, they again put the same arm where Tara came. She attacked Nick's friend with a knife. Due to it, all the open water falls on his friend. It went up many times, but Tara's intentions were different here. She wanted to kill him. As she started attacking him with a knife, Nick comes from behind and kills her and makes her unconscious. And the time was 5.5 hours. Now it was Tara's turn. Everyone was ready to be troubled. She was doing it with everyone for a long time. Seeing the same thing happening to her, she got hungry. She takes a tool and puts it in Nick's neck. His blood started to come out quickly, and he was killed there. And his chemical was destroyed, and the bar fell down. Seeing this, Nick's friend was very angry. He moved forward so that he could kill Tara, but Nick then stops him. He started explaining that don't do this. This will be foolishness, because if she will be killed, we will have to endure more torture. So take out your anger on her instead of killing her because it will benefit us. Nick's friend agrees, but he says on one condition that I will torture her. That's why he was given a chance. He hit his neck with a wrench. Then he hit a cutter machine on his skin and gave him a lot of pain. It continued until he fainted. By now, the bar had gone up to 85%, but they had very little time. They had only 1 hour to complete the bar. The remaining 5 people decide to break their neck bones. It will hurt us so much that we will have to do nothing else. Bar will be completed. He breaks everyone's neck bones with a wrench. But when it was Nick's turn, he stopped. Now he breaks Nick's neck bones with a wrench. So the bar was actually completed. The woman's video was playing again. She was saying that you all have won. Now go to the upper room. A device will be used to remove your chemical trap. After it, you can go from here freely. Hearing this, they felt at peace. They went upstairs and removed their traps again and again. One door kept sending everyone out. When Nick, a friend, went after everyone, Nick was suspicious when he heard his voice. When he came out, he found out that everyone was dead there because Sam was beating them. Nick's friend was also killed by a knife and ran away to a room. Nick's wife was still inside there. She was taking the businessman out of there. The businessman tells her that I had heard about such a group. They torture people, extract their chemicals, and make medicines, which is sold for $12,000. But what did he know? That I will also be trapped in it. He breaks his leg, and the bar falls down again due to the loss of its chemicals. He was now at 89%, which means Nick's wife is stuck here. She has to complete the bar herself, otherwise she will also be killed here. She has to do this in 18 minutes, and now she starts torturing herself without any witness. She first puts bleach on her burning hand, and then hits her hand in the door repeatedly. She even burns her waist. Then she hits the ball in his hand. Then the bar is completed again. She came out, and it was her turn to leave. But Sam won't let this happen. He takes out his device, but as soon as he pressed a button, the poison on everyone's devices was started. All the people started to tremble because they were slowly dying. Meanwhile, Sam tells Nick that this is my 5th time. It means they were the 5th group who were playing this game, because we saw in the whole game that he was giving all these ideas, and the wounds on his body were also because of it. But he was also not the owner of any group. He was just a servant. When he was telling these things, Nick begins to prepare himself. He had brought a piece of paper with him. He puts it inside Sam and kills him. After doing this, Nick takes the medicine there and saves his life. He also takes out the device. Nick also gave the medicine to his friend, but he breaks his leg. Nick's wounded wife tries to come outside, but she couldn't come because she was bleeding a lot. Nick was the only one left. He cuts the lock of the door and goes out. Now let's see the time after a few days. Nick was sitting in the hotel in front of the gas station. He was actually waiting for his model. He had given her a lift. He had trapped them in this game while fainting. As soon as she comes, Nick starts chasing her. Before that, she makes someone else her prey. Nick faints after killing her. Then he takes her with him in the car. He will reach the rest of the people who were running this torture group. He will take revenge mostly on his wife and the baby. Thanks for watching our movie explainer video. If you are new to our channel, then subscribe the channel and stay with us. Thanks.